I get it. My guys who I stayed in touch with, many of them just dear friends, they're like, hey, dude, there's no way you would have gotten away with that. I go, I know. Luckily, I don't snort cocaine. Like, it's not my thing.
All right, Donnie, I see your bet, and I raise you this.
I don't think Joe's smart enough to be like, hey, let's send him off the trail. Don't hack the McDonald's on D.C. I mean, why doesn't he just give Putin, like, I don't know, the keys to the nuclear football? What's the list? Don't hack 1, Joe's basement. 2, Hunter's businesses. 3, Hunter's laptop. 10% for the big guy. 4, don't hack that. What's going on?
Oh man, what is going on, my guy? Tough week? And Donald Trump Jr.'s very weird insistence that he doesn't do cocaine is all the stranger when you look at what happens when you ask the guy to sit still for a couple seconds.
So why suddenly they have to break down a location where there was going to be 6,000 seats?
Now, I want to be clear here. I have no legally actionable evidence to prove Donald Trump Jr. likes to party. What I do have is a bunch of clips of a guy who certainly looks pretty partied out. Like during this weird interview, where Trump looks like he just finished following the Grateful Dead farewell tour. Tell me what you think about this.
We're using entities like the FBI and DOJ to come after political opponents and try to put people in jail and destroy their careers. The press has been complicit in doing that for a long time, but now we actually have law enforcement, within our government that are doing that on behalf of the Democrats.
Now, to be fair, I'd probably do this if I had to listen to Ronnie Jackson talk too. But Trump's attempts to publicly humiliate Hunter Biden for the crime of being a recovering addict seems a bit odd given the Trump family's own struggles with addiction. Former President Trump has talked about his regrets of bullying his own alcoholic brother about his problems, something Trump's father Fred also joined in on. It's tragic to see that cruelty carry on to yet another generation of rotten Trumps. But I'll spare you from any more Donald Trump Jr., because the far right's new anti-drug moral panic isn't just fodder for Trump's speeches. Over on Capitol Hill, Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert wants drug tests for everybody.
I called for everyone at the White House complex to be drug tested, including the big guy, Joe Biden. The Secret Service and the FBI not being able to identify the cocaine culprit and confirm that it wasn't someone in the Biden family speaks volumes.
Now, you may recall former Congressman and kink enthusiast Madison Cawthorn and his explosive claim that Capitol Hill was rife with, in his words, cocaine-fueled sex orgies. I guess to differentiate that from the non-sex orgies we all know and love.
Look at all these people, a lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys that, then all of a sudden you get invited to, like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy. Yeah. Or the fact that, there's some of the people that are leading on the movement to try and remove, addiction in our country. And then you watch them do, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you.
But Boebert didn't make any sweeping calls to drug test members of Congress then. But of course, that might have implicated some Republicans in recreational drug use. And if there's one thing the GOP can't stand, it's mellow Republicans. The truth is, Republicans' puritanical shaming of addiction is destined to backfire. Over half of Americans 12 and older have used drugs at least once in their life. 1 in 5 admit to abusing a drug or alcohol in the last year. Those people and the people who love them don't take kindly to their struggles being mocked and vilified, especially by people like Lauren Boebert, who really doesn't like being defined by her own run-ins with the law. Callous cruelty is the new Republican way, and growing numbers of voters are realizing that the GOP wants to build an America that doesn't include them. It's up to Democrats to make sure the GOP's hatred stays front and center for the next year.
What's going on?
And here's something else for you. Did you know Jesus was a QAnon follower? Well, not Jesus, but Jim Caviezel, the guy who played Jesus in the movies. And Jim has some wacky ideas he can't wait to share with Charlie Kirk.
We don't like the letter Q, we don't like the letter K, but they don't go after the letter K.
Give that video a look. And as always, leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.